I think it's going to happen. I truly 100% believe it will happen. Maybe it won't happen today. Maybe it won't happen tomorrow. Maybe not next year. But it's going to happen. Welcome to Retired Rider. Hope you're doing well today. It's going to happen eventually. In my opinion, Harley Davidson will move all its production overseas. I'm not talking this one bike or this bike or that bike. I believe at some point, like I said a few seconds ago, I don't know when. Could be a year from now, could be 2 years from now, I don't know. But I do believe if things keep going the same direction they're going, within Harley, within the country, the economy, all that, Harley will move its manufacturing overseas. Now you may disagree with me. I have no solid evidence saying that's going to happen. This is just my gut feeling for what it's worth. From what I see, how I see things going, how I see that Harley's really not changing anything when it comes to management. I don't think they ever have any plans on changing everything. I think their plan is to get out of the United States as far as manufacturing. And if they do that, I think it's a huge, huge mistake for Harley. Especially here in the United States. I don't think there will be a market anymore for them. I mean, I think it would be the utter collapse of Harley Davidson in the United States. I think that would do it. It would do it for me, and it would do it for all of us. I think what they're doing now is doing it for most people. But I'm holding out that little bit of hope that Harley will come to its senses, fire all these crazy people in the way they think. Yeah, I said crazy people. You know, to me it's crazy. To somebody else it may be normal. To somebody else it may be acceptable. To other countries it may be acceptable. But to me it's crazy. That's my opinion. That's the great thing about this country is we have a right to our opinion. We have a right to the First Amendment. Well, for now, we have a right to all that stuff. So, in my opinion, that would be the end of Harley. And it's going to be a shame. It's going to be a shame. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm 100% dead wrong. I hope it's only going to be that 2 models that they're doing. I forget the models that they're doing. And it's going to Thailand. But I think that's the start of it. I know they make bikes overseas now. I understand that. But I think their goal, their goal is to get their whole manufacturing, everything, overseas. It's cheaper to do business over there. It's cheaper labor. It's cheaper everything. So I think that's their goal. And it's easier to be woke. Nobody's going to boycott them overseas. Nobody's going to do anything like that. Nobody's going to cause them any issues like that. But for them to honestly think that they're going to take an American motorcycle manufacturer and just move them overseas, and then we as the buyers are just going to say, okay, well, yeah, that's fine, move it overseas, we're still going to buy the bike. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen at all. You'll see so many people jump ship. They're jumping ship now, They're jumping ship now and going to Indian and going to Jap bikes, because at least they know, where they're made at and where they're coming from. But yeah, Harley, if you're going to move manufacturing, which I think you will, all of it, not just certain models and certain productions, whatever. I think at some point they're going to do this, and it's going to happen. And I think we all need to get kind of used to the idea of it happening, because it's going to happen. Pray to God it doesn't, like I said, but I have this gut feeling that Harley's just going to make that move. To me, it makes no logical sense, because the people that are buying their bikes is people like me, like you, guys in our mid 50s, early 60s, late 40s, maybe mid 40s. We're what's buying these bikes. We're the people buying these bikes. And you piss us off, we're not going to buy the bikes anymore. Like I said a few minutes ago, I'd rather buy that Jap bike that I know that came from Japan, and I know they're not pretending to be this or pretending to be that. I know what I'm getting, instead of buying a bike from a company which I don't know where they stand, what they're coming from, their DEI, their woke, whatever the hell they're doing. I don't know, transgender this, transgender that, giving to the gay community, whatever. If you want to give to the gay community, that's fine, do whatever. But don't put it out there. And it's none of my business. But to force things on people, that's my business. That's our business as Americans, and we shouldn't have to tolerate it. Shouldn't accept it. I've had comments from people from the UK saying, well, the parliament here shoves stuff down our throats and lies and does all this and that and that. And I get it. It happens in other countries too. But nobody stands up. Nobody stands up because they don't have the Constitution like we do. They don't have these rights that we do, that eventually, if we don't stand up to this woke stuff in Harley, not just Harley, in all business, in all manufacturing, we don't stand up to this stuff. If we don't put the right people in office, if we don't change our ways in this country, it's hardly recognizable to me now. I'm in culture shock what's going on in this country now from when I was raised, when I was growing up. You didn't see all this nonsense. If we don't stop it now, just imagine, if you think this is crazy, what's going on in this country now, if you think it's crazy, just wait. Just wait. If we don't elect the right people in office, it's going to get worse, and we ain't going to have to. We will not recognize our country. We hardly recognize our country now, but we definitely won't recognize our country in the next 5-10 years. It'll just be something that's just unrecognizable. You're going to start losing your rights. And people are going to say, oh, he's a conspiracy theorist, he's this, that. No, you're going to start losing your rights. They're going to come for your guns. They're going to come for everything. They're going to come for your home. You ain't going to be able to own a home. You ain't going to be able to do anything. The government's going to own it all, and you're going to rip from them and do what they say. That's where this country's heading at this moment, in my opinion. And you just can look around and see it. It's happening. Not just with Harley, it's happening everywhere. It's happening in businesses everywhere. And it's just this control thing they want over you. They want to control you. They want to weaken the American family and control you. That's what they want to do. And I'm sure this ain't going to go over well with YouTube, this video that I'm doing. And that's fine. But, yeah. Getting back to Harley. I'm sorry I went out on a little bit of a rant. But getting back to Harley. You might as well get used to it. You might as well accept it. I don't think the woke thing's going away. I don't think the DEI thing's going away. And I think, my opinion, I don't have no solid evidence, just my gut feeling, that they will move all their manufacturing. I mean, all of it. They will eventually, maybe not next week, like I said earlier in the video, I know I'm repeating myself. Not just, maybe not next week, maybe not next month, maybe not next year, but eventually Harley will move overseas. And if things keep going the way it is, and eventually Indian will follow. And we won't have any American-made bikes. That's my opinion. Or American-assembled bikes. That's my opinion. Believe it down there in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. Do you believe that it'll happen? Or do you believe, all this is going to just change and miraculously they're going to change their whole management and everything's going to just go back to pea and peachy cream? I'm not telling anybody not to buy a Harley. I'm not telling anybody to destroy their Harley. I'm not telling anybody to remove their emblems from their Harley. I'm not telling anybody to do anything like that. And this is just not about Harley. This is about our country in general. These things that are happening in our businesses over here, not just Harley. Some people are telling me that Indians woke too. They're just hiding it. Who knows where all this stuff is? It could be places where you don't even realize, and it's a disaster and it's a mess. And we, as Americans, have to stand up and say no. We're not going to tolerate it. We're not going to take it. We're not going to let our country go to hell, and we're not going to be this all-inclusive, crazy. Let your kid decide what when they go to school that day, if they're going to be a girl, if they're going to be a boy. And some schools, believe this or not, identify as a cat or a dog. A cat or a dog, and they have litter boxes in the bathrooms. It's just way out of control. This goes way beyond Harley. It goes way beyond all that. But this is something we can do. We can boycott this. We like we did Bud Light. We just got to keep it going. You guys keep it going. like I was saying, I'm not telling anybody to do anything. This is just my opinion on how I feel. I bought this motorcycle. This is my motorcycle now. It's paid for, it's paid off, it's paid for, it's mine. And it's not Harley's anymore. Yeah, it bears the Harley name. And Harley made it. But it's my motorcycle. And I have a lot of money in this motorcycle. And I'm not going to destroy my motorcycle. If you do destroy your motorcycle, if you burn your shirts, if you give them away or do whatever, that's fine. Do you, and I have much respect to you. I have much respect for you because you're making a stand. And you're doing it your way, and I respect that. Me, I'm not going to do that. What I will do is I will not buy any products from Harley. I will not buy any shirts anymore from Harley. I won't destroy the ones I have. I will not buy any motorcycles from Harley. I will not buy any parts from Harley. I'll get it all aftermarket. My Harley has never seen the dealerships one time. My Harley has been in a dealership one time, and that's to have the first break-in service. That's all. After that, it's been down to my guy at Pro Stock Performance. He takes care of all. It just came back from Pro Stock Performance. We had a little issue with the fork upgrade. We had to go in there and do some more work, and we got it handled. It's riding great. Everything's good, and he does all my work. Independent. Don't go to the dealer. Don't go to the Harley dealer. Don't go to the Harley dealerships. Don't do anything with Harley. That's the way you're going to get at them. And hopefully it works. But getting back to what I was saying, I'm telling you, eventually Harley Davidson will be overseas, or they'll just, all the parts are just going to come from overseas. It just is not going to be American-made bike anymore, which it really isn't now. We've said this before. It's been assembled. It's being assembled in America. But at least we still have that. Let's bring the manufacturing back. Let's get somebody in office that'll say, hey, enough's enough. We got to bring all this back to this country. That's what made this country great. We got to bring that back here. And, I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm not telling you anything like that. I'm just saying we as Americans have to realize what's going on around us, what's happening. We got to open our eyes and realize what is going on around us. It starts at Harley. It starts here. It starts there. It's in the schools. We got to see. We got to wake up. We got to wake up. We got to take a stand. And that's just my personal opinion and how I feel. I'm sure it's how a lot of you guys feel. Anyway, leave it down in the comment section. Let me know how you guys feel. I'm kind of worried about it. I'm just worried about everything. Everything sickens me about this country right now. I mean, yeah, we're the greatest country in the world still, but things that are going on in this country, come on. We got to open these. We got to open these eyes and see what's going on. And seeing this stuff happen at Harley and the whistleblowers, we need that. We need these whistleblowers, and we need people to let us know, hey, these things are going on. Because I'm a firm believer that 70 to 80% of American people ain't tolerating this stuff. It's just that 20 to 30% of the American people that are falling for this stuff, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it, but if you do, it's you, and do you, but I don't understand it. I don't get it. But I think the majority of this country is not sheeple. We don't just fall in for anything, and we shouldn't. Anyway, I'm going to ramble on again. But anyway, leave it down there. Let me know how you feel. Guys, be safe out there, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care now.